Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? All right, there's a lot going on in the news cycle as usually, all of it meant to distract you from the more important things that are happening. Suggested to people that they use a link that I have to Pimpy's News Network that explains what's going on with our media. Congratulations. Almost 400 people went to the link to watch the video. The video is still open for free. I will leave the link down below. If you want a better idea of what's going on, you can see for yourself. I do have other videos following up on the other areas that this individual is tied to, and you can see that we're hostage to one individual, and that's the entire world. Anyways, gold and silver, let's get back to this because I was suggesting that people take 25-30% of your IRAs, your 401ks, your retirement, do something to protect yourself. Take money out of the bank. I was explaining that the banks are collapsing, and sure enough, that's exactly what's going on. I've been saying that there's something weird going on with different industries around our nation since the late 90s, and that the banks were purposely being collapsed. And then it was nice to hear Whitney Webb come out and support what I've been saying. Something sneaky is going on. It is a systematic takedown of our banking and financial system to put the control in the hands of just a few people, and that's not what we want. So now is the time to speak up if you're ever going to do it, because guess what? Guess what's going to be here in July of this year? Take a guess. Before we get started, if you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, or any other precious metals for that matter, head on over to our friends at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. When you purchase over there at Money Metals Exchange, you will now be automatically entered into a chance to get free giveaways. This month, you'll be automatically registered to be one of 3 people who will receive 10 ounces. That's 10 silver eagles each. So head on over to Money Metals, make your purchase, and automatically enter to win. For those of you who are unaware, I do have my own webpage. I can be found at Pimpy's News Network. Over here, I do post videos that I can't post on YouTube without getting in trouble. I also have my own Facebook group called Pimpy's Investment Chat. Over here, we do talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments. So come on over here and join us. It's free to do so. I can also be found over here on Twitter, MeWe, YouTube, Odyssey, and now I'm on Rumble. For whatever reasons, my videos are not showing up on my channel yet, but I can be found just by going to the search button and typing in Pimpy's Investment Chat. And my videos will pop up for you to check out. If I get kicked off YouTube or I get suspended on YouTube, you can find me on any other one of these social media platforms. Okay, I think I know what's going on with Rumble. If they are transferred automatically from YouTube, for some reason they're not showing up on my channel. If I upload a video to Rumble, I think that those ones appear to be showing up. So I think that's the difference between the two. I'm still playing with it. I'll get it figured out. But you can find my videos. Just go to the search bar and put it on there, Pimpy's Investment Chat. They will pop up. I hope you're not missing out on an opportunity to pick up 10 free silver coins. All you have to do is follow the link down below, make a purchase at Money Metals, and you're automatically entered to win 10 free ounces of silver. 3 lucky people will be chosen to get 10 ounces each, and that's a heck of a deal. So jump on this while you can. So yes, I understand the news cycle is going crazy. It's kind of hard to figure out what the hell's going on. Understand that that is on purpose. It is absolutely meant to keep you from focusing on the crap that's really going on out there. The whole issue with Tucker Carlson is weird. It's not being spoken about. It's part of the settlement between the voting machine people and Fox News. They are willing to shave a nice chunk of the money off of the amount owed if they got rid of Tucker Carlson. And that was orchestrated by, take a guess. So what's coming out here in July to this country here? The CBDC. Be prepared. I hope you are. Also, by the way, I will be doing a video later on because guess who else is behind what is happening with cryptocurrencies? You want to take a guess? Yeah, that same person. The big dog. Yeah, he's involved in that as well. Plus, you shouldn't be too surprised. I remember when I told you that you started seeing JP Morgan and all of them selling derivatives into cryptocurrencies, that they were going to drive the price down to around $20,000, and that's exactly what they did. So I saw that coming a long time ago, but there's a bigger picture happening right now that you're going to want to know about. Anyways, Bitcoin's at $27,384. Ethereum's still up above $1,800, which is nice, $1,836. XRP's at 45 cents. Cardano's at 38 cents. Dogecoin's at 7 cents. Hex is at 5 cents. Polygon is at 98 cents. Solana is at $21.17. Polkadot is at $5.89. Litecoin's at $87.87. And Shiba is at 4010. And you guys keep asking me about that idiot who keeps swearing up and down that XRP is going to be at 500,000. It's not going to be there, you guys. I don't care what kind of little formula they have behind them or what the hell they're telling you. Anybody that celebrates the New World Order and thinks it's cool to invest in them because your crypto is going to make you rich, you are sadly mistaken. Because let me give you a scenario you should think about. Let's say that indeed the New World Order is going to make your crypto worth $500,000. Yeah, and you got a bunch of them. Yes, why not? Why wouldn't you? And you get all this money, and the money's going to be in the form of what? A central bank digital currency. And I know you're thinking, man, I'm going to be going, kick it back the rest of my life. I won't have to work. No. No. The money has an expiration date on there. So people can't accumulate wealth. Don't you understand that? There's no generational wealth transfer. There's no wealth gaining. Once the money expires, you lose it. So you better go on one hell of a spending spree and hope it's something you could buy that they're going to allow you to buy. And then that just puts you right back to square one. So just in a matter of months or maybe even a year, you might have a big bulk of that money, but it's going to be gone. And you're going to be back to where you belong. In the slave class with the rest of us. Yes. You don't get it. These people are willing to shell out trillions of dollars to go ahead and capture all of us and enslave us. They don't care about the money. The money isn't real to them. Don't you understand that? You see these news anchors out there making tens of millions of dollars per year. Do you really think they're worth that much? They're not. They're not at all. So what? Giving you what? $1 million, $2 million, maybe more? You think that's anything to them? No, because they'll just snatch it right back from you as soon as the central bank digital currency comes out that you help usher into this new generation of people. Terra Classic is sitting at 3011. Yep, it's starting to go up a little bit. It was at 10. Satama was doing really good, and now it's slowly but surely starting to head back down again. Hopefully it'll rebound. Sitting at 2014. At one time it was at 2022. I think it was in February. So it's coming down just a little bit. And understand when it comes to Satama, these changes that are taking place are actually really minor. It just looks big because of how cheap the coin is. But even so, I thought it was going in the right direction, and I was rooting for it. And it just went right back down to where it was. Here we go. Yes, gold at $1,996.90. Still hanging around that $2,000 level. It's been maintaining around this level now for a little while. Is there going to be a breakout? Yeah, sure there is. Hopefully by now you've made your move and purchased gold and silver. Silver's been a beast. It's at $25.22. It has been consistent as well. The only thing holding down gold and silver is paper manipulation on the market, but not just that. The false data that we get on jobs numbers and the feds that keep hiking interest rates affect gold and silver, although they shouldn't. But when they go down, you should take that opportunity to buy even more. But don't wait till then. You should be purchasing now. Like I said, even if the powers that be drove gold and silver all the way down to $1 an ounce, why would you panic? Don't. Because we are the ones, the public is, that determines the value of gold and silver. You don't have to agree with that paper crap that's out there. So when I say that there's a systematic takedown of our banking and finance system, I wasn't lying. So when I make the suggestion you should take your money out of the bank and hold it in gold and silver, and whenever you need money, cash out what you need to pay your bills, because that's what I do. I'm not holding my money in the bank. I don't trust that at all, and here's why. Moody's downgrades 11 regional banks, including Zion's, which I'm surprised. Remember, I was saying there is one bank out there that has been the so-called outliner. It's been around for like 180 years with Zion Bank, and now Moody's is downgrading them. Are they downgrading them just to try to crash them, or are they downgrading them because they deserve it? U.S. Bank and Western Alliances. So if you have your money in the bank account and you think moving over to these bigger banks is the thing to do, you are really sadly mistaken. They're taking the banking industry and transferring that power into the hands of just a few people. That'll make it easier for them to force you into central bank digital currencies, which will be out this July, because you won't have any options out there. So do something now before it's too late. I spoke about this before. I don't know how the hell China is surviving. They should have filed for bankrupt a long time ago. They're probably just creating funny money like we are over here. 10 years left. 10 years is what this person is predicting that China has before they collapse in all areas. What's more, American consumers are addicted to its goods. Apple makes its smartphone over there in China. Take a look at the clothes in your closet. Where are they made these days? Well, I do remember we did have a president that was trying to force manufacturers back to our country, because the one thing that a country uses to survive recession or any kind of economic collapse is those countries that actually produce something. America grew and became the strongest nation because we produced our own stuff. We produced everything. And then all that was shipped overseas, and somebody tried to help the people out and bring it back. But you guys were told that he was a boogeyman by the big dog, and you people believed it. Of course, I'm generally speaking. I would imagine that the vast majority of the people who listen to my channel are 45 supporters. If you weren't before, you probably are now. This person goes on to point out these things. A 9.9% erosion. China's struggling economy. So China does export. A huge part of China's GDP is exporting. All the United States has to do is just bring back all the damn manufacturing here to this country, and that squashes China. Just like that. Bring it all back. That'll help us out, and it'll crush that whole movement that they see happening with Russia. But the bigger issue is this. These corporations are buddy-buddy with, the big dog. I'll be doing a video about that too. This is how bad it is. This one individual is really causing this much turmoil. The 800 million population puzzle, aging out. So they got 1.42 billion people anyways. And they're saying by 2021, 800 million of them, well, that's a huge chunk of them, by the way, will be aged out. That's a huge part of it. But China is doing something, in case you guys haven't seen them yet, or maybe you have. They have what's called baby-making manufacturers. Yeah, you go in there and they literally have thousands of people lined up, couples, trying to get the woman pregnant so she could start producing a younger generation of workers. When I first saw it, I thought the person was lying to me. And then when I looked more into it, sure enough, they are paying citizens to come into this company to do the do so they can create more children. The craziest thing I've ever seen. Here in the United States, though, well, the big dog is making sure that our younger population does not grow. 20.4%, too much. Chinese economy relies heavily on international trade. Exports accounts for more than 20.4% of its nearly 18 trillion gross domestic product in 2021. Like I said, bring back production, bring back manufacturing over here in the United States. We have outsourced it all, and these politicians bought into these companies that went overseas to do this, and this is why they're rich, partially, by the way. I think it's funny that there's a new bill that they're trying to pass. They call it the Nancy Pelosi bill. It's supposed to stop our representatives from using insider trading information to get rich off of it. You have a large group of representatives that are fighting this. I'm not even kidding. So what we got to change here in the United States is change the fact that our people in Congress are immune to the laws they pass. That's really the deal. We got to change that. Anyways, I spoke about this. I'm surprised that China is even still functioning. I was expecting them to bankrupt quite a bit ago. But here you go. I spoke about this on the dinar video, saying that the dollar has plunged already 7.4% in the past 6 months. The only reason why it's only 7.4% is because they've been lying. They've been falsely pumping up the dollar now for quite some time. You people got to understand that these people are just going to lie to your damn face. That's it. This administration is evil. They lie about everything. Everything they talk about is a lie. It's sickening. It really is. So the dollar is plunging. Now, there use some tricks and sleight of hand to try to convince us that everything is okay, especially with already elections coming up again. I know you're looking forward to that. Anyways, we'll get through this year without a whole bunch of election talk, but definitely next year it's going to get crazy. Because I know you guys heard this a million times, but this truly will be the last opportunity we have to save this country. Because we can't put a president in there that is not in favor of the CBDC and prevent that from happening. Eventually down the road, they'll get their politicians where they want them and make it happen, but we could stop it. 43 states have banned sales tax on precious metals. Thank you. Sarah Huckabee Sanders was the latest to do so. But 43 states have done away with sales tax on precious metals. And that's a great first step. So with all these banks collapsing, I told you that recently one of the banks that was bailed out had a bunch of politicians in there, had a bunch of rich Silicon Valley techs in there. But there was one client that was in there with $4.1 billion. Is anybody surprised that Biden would go in there and save his little buddies? When I tell you, see, they try to tell you that Trump is a Russian puppet, which there literally has been no proof. But you can go here all day long and prove that absolutely Biden is a Chinese puppet. And I keep telling you that he wants to turn this country over to China. And that's not exaggeration. I'll show you in a video later on. But think about this. You can look this up. There is a huge slew of military-age Chinese nationalists now coming across our southern border. And why do you suppose they're coming into this country? And then you got our government trying to push for gun confiscation. Let that sit in. House Republicans demand Biden answer on Chinese ties to collapsed Silicon Valley Bank. Yeah, he bailed them out. We have Americans over here suffering, and he's too busy doing whatever it takes to help out his Chinese friends, including bailing out Silicon Valley Bank. Anyways, I know most of you did move with 25, 30%, if not all of your monies into precious metals, and rightfully so. You can understand why. It's a little scary out there. And even if they drop the value of gold and silver down to zero, what did I say? Who cares what they say? We, the people, will determine the actual price of gold and silver. You're going to need it to barter. You're going to need something outside of the system. A ton of people are already talking about it. I got a ton of people talking about creating their own currency locally, and I showed everybody in the video how we can do that. Anyways, you guys let me know what you think down below. I look forward to your comments, and I'll get back at you later. I'm out.